Hey, everybody, welcome to our training today. We're going to give everyone just a minute to sign on to join us today. So we'll be starting in just one moment. Okay, everyone, it looks like we've got a bunch of people on here, so we are going to get started today. Just wanted to thank you for joining us. And I want to go over what MAXA is. I apologize if when you saw the invitation, you were like, I don't know what this is. MAXA is the marketing platform that the marketing team uses for the Neo Hub. So when you go in and you request a flyer and you're doing things like that, that program is known as MAXA. One of the extremely incredible advantages of us partnering with not only Aidium, but also when we came on board and started partnering with Luminate, was that we actually use a lot of the same systems. And so we were already integrated with those systems. And that is a huge, huge, huge win. So today, this is going to be a very short and sweet training as we show you how to make your flyers alive in your system. I'm going to let Ben take the screen, and I'm going to kind of talk you through a couple more things while he is getting the screen up for you. The great part about this is that, especially as we evolve, right, as we're all coming together under sort of one brand and having, sort of this next journey really being aligned and together. And as MAXA continues to be built out with not only great flyers for you, but we don't really think in terms of flyers. In fact, I'm going to guess, I think that Lindsay is on this call with me. I would love to, let me see here. I don't know that she joined us. But anyway, Lindsay and marketing, we talk a lot, and we talk about sort of the future of what marketing looks like, especially in terms of flyers. But the way I want you to consider this very specific thing that you can do here is the more information we have on loan programs, or if your realtor reaches out and says, hey, I'm doing like a first-time home buyer seminar. Do you have any flyers you can send me? Things like that. Usually you have to go through a lot of different stages, right? You got to sign into NeoNet, then you got to go to the marketing tab. You got to do all the things. And here is exactly how you're going to do it in the future. So Ben is going to show you how this works. As you can see, he is in a contact record.
All right, so I'm just going to click on the email button right here, or I can click on it down here. And going forward, we're going to click on the little add image button. Normally you have the upload. Now we also have MAXA. Now they're not completely finished adding this yet, but this is what you'll see when you look at it. You'll have a list of all of the flyers that you have ready to go within your version of MAXA. And all you would have to do is simply click on the image. It'll take just a second to load. As you can imagine, these are fairly large image files, and it uses the merge fields that are set up within MAXA already to load in your personal information.
So best practice here, Ben, if they're sending this over to someone, would it be to take out the email signature because their signature is already at the bottom of the flyer?
It's really going to be up to you, and it really depends on which flyer it is. But in this case, when it does have that, I would probably remove it. But additionally, you can, of course, just like any other email, it's just an inline attachment of an image. You would certainly be able to type as much as you wanted in here before and after. So it really depends on what text you're putting in here. But in my case, I can just go like that to, got a little excited to delete it.
Okay, and I want to make sure that you guys also understand that sending just a graphic in a flyer is the easiest way to end up in someone's spam folder. Sending hundreds of things like this, the easiest way to end up in someone's spam folder. So when you're even doing this, what we want to do is we want to have a great subject line, and we want to just put a little note to whoever you're sending this to, so it does have some content. That's going to let it be picked up by spam a lot less. And then all you do is hit send. You'll be able to do blast emails. You'll be able to do, oh, sure. You'll be able to do lots of different things with that system, but it's just that easy to go in, click on image, and be able to send something out. Now, as we move forward, now understand this is, again, step one. Step one was the integration of making sure that could happen. They do need to make that screen a little bit more searchable. They need to, really, hopefully, we have really good flyers. It'd be great if we had a search at the top. But the integration has just started. So we are the very first people to roll it out. So it's a really great thing to have, but obviously we're going to be a little limited in how we display it. And we're working right now on how to make sure you can choose the right one. And I wish that Lindsay was on the call, because one of the big questions that I had for her was, if you have something that's custom made, is there a way to have it just kind of flow to the top, especially if you're hosting like an event or something like that? So I will definitely find out more information from her as we're going forward. And so we'll be working very collaboratively. Oh, hey, wait. Oh, I'm sorry, Lindsay. Lindsay, you can unmute yourself, buddy. If you can, I will do it for you. Hold on, everybody. I think everybody knows Lindsay. Lindsay, I think I unmuted you there.
Yeah, you did. Thank you, Kelly. So thank you for that. Sorry, I jumped on just a second late, but we're still kind of working through the details on the MAXA integration through on the, just the Neo Marketing Hub. That's a valid, great question, Kelly, on if there's a way to have those funneled up through the top. So something we'll definitely want to work through and do some testing on.
Awesome. Okay. So as we roll this out, guys, it's a great tool to have. We're really excited to be able to show it to you and be able to give you at least this top 10 list that we have created for you. As I mentioned, we are going to be working really collaboratively to figure out the best way to approach this upcoming market and to really collaborate with our messaging and things like that. This is a great first step in that process. If you guys have any questions, I'm happy to take those. And if you don't, that's basically the end of the training, because it's pretty simplified in the way that we have it right now. As more comes out, obviously we'll have more to kind of tell you about. I mean, I feel like I did a really great job, Megan. There's not a one question. Oh, wait, I'm going to guess it's Brian Little. Don't worry about it. Angela said, can we choose what flyers show up at all? Is it the ones we personally have already created? So we actually don't have that direct information right now. So what we really wanted to do is show you that the functionality is there and that it's integrated. And we need to talk to MAXA and we need to talk to Aidium about the way that they're coming up. Okay, and we have Mark. I see 2 items available to me. You mentioned that there are 10. Well, it depends on how many you have created inside of the Marketing Hub, Mark. So these are the ones that are available to Lisa Marie, because she's done a lot of different flyers. But I would suggest, especially if you want to be choosy about which ones you have, go ahead and go in there, pick your favorite ones that you think you're going to use in your marketing. Go ahead and add those to your own account, and they should show up there. And I would love, Mark, if you could try that out and let us know that that works. That would be a great way for all of us to be able to know that answer. So I think that's a great thing. David Rivera asked, can we do a mass email? You can do a mass email. So here I will almost never get done telling you these things. So, and I know, David, you're new to our system, and so you probably haven't heard me rant about this ad nauseum. I apologize in advance. The rest of these people are sick to death of me. Please remember that a mass email to all of your quote unquote realtors, right? Because your idea for your realtors can be a little different than other people's as well. If you're sending like 300 emails with a flyer in it, you gotta just try and remember that not everybody really needs all that. You really want to work on the relationship you have with someone before you just continue kind of to send them things. You can absolutely do a mass email. We will put a training for how to do a mass email with MAXA together. So that's kind of our next kind of phase of this. Phase 1, Can we do it? Phase 2, integration. Phase 3, test it out. This is what you guys are part of right now. And then we'll put together all the training and all the feedback on how to do that. So just be careful when you're thinking about how exciting it is to be able to have these flyers at the ready. Just be careful that you don't end up kind of going spam crazy, because the last thing I want is for this machine, which is hyper curation. Hyper curation. We want to make sure that it's the right answer. Mark said, great tip. I missed the part about the need to create them in the marketing hub before they show up available through Aidium. Onward and upward. Well, Mark, to be fair, I don't think I said it. So definitely, that's definitely why you may not have heard it. Well, I mean, right then, sure. So yeah, thank you, Mark. Actually, if you hadn't asked that, I probably would have been like, good luck with your flyers. And then David said, I wanted to do one letting them know we moved to Neo. Yeah, perfect. And David, I actually sent you the 2 moving campaigns. They're in your inbox now. Nobody has used them yet, but I would love for you to be sort of the test case for that. But I know that Neo Marketing was able to help you create that moving graphic. And so, yes, you can absolutely, you should 100% be able to push that out. And maybe yours is kind of one that we work on collaboratively. Maybe you can see if that graphic is in there. If it's not in there, just let us know, and then we can work with Lindsay's team and we can kind of figure out, and that can be a nice little test for us. Kevin says, does the email show it's from the Aidium email or our email? Your email.
Correct.
Your email. Perfect. I think we're out of questions. Anybody else have a question about MAXA? Now that you all know what it's called, even though we'll probably figure out some sort of like way to name all this stuff eventually. Remember, we used to, I don't know if any of you worked at Fairway, they used to name every single thing. It'd be like this is the Fairway now, and the Fairway, Frizzy, and the Fairway this, and the Fairway that. I'm like, oh God, not that. But, I know it's hard to keep up with so many different names in the tech platform. So I totally get it. All right, friends, if you don't have anything else and it doesn't seem like you do, you know where to find us. Always email us at support@matrixtechstack.com. And you also should always be going there to learn from the resource library, which is exactly where you'll find this recording and all the directions in order to make MAXA work for you. Thanks so much for coming, and we will talk to you next time.